It's the NFL on EA Sports, and there's no love lost between these NFC North foes. It's the Green Bay Packers and the Minnesota Vikings. Coming up next.
Spread between 4th and 6th Streets in downtown Minneapolis. We welcome you inside spacious U.S. Bank Stadium. Today we've got what's always a hard-hitting battle in the NFC North, as it'll be the Green Bay Packers taking on the Minnesota Vikings. From up top next to Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, folks, we were already excited for this game. And then before the contest, you and I are down on the field outside the white lines.
Yes, we were following the rules.
We were following the rules, and a ball comes over our direction, but we can't see it. Somebody yells heads up, and instinctively you turn around and you snare it one-handed with your off left hand. So now we're really ready for football.
No gloves either.
No gloves.
No gloves. Not like what the guys are wearing playing the game now. But wasn't that a whole lot better than that time we were down there? And I got the coffee spilled on me when I got nailed by the punt returner.
That happened to the Vikings, right?
Yes, a much better job of being heads up this time. Thank you for that. Thank you for the notice.
Charles and I have been looking forward to this one all week, and we are underway from downtown Minneapolis. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. So here comes the Packers offense now onto the field. They'll be led out by a first-round pick in the 2020 draft out of Utah State. This is Jordan Love.
The secret to his game and his success, incredible chemistry with each and every one of the guys he catches passes with it. And not only does he ask them to stay after practice or meet it before practice, he actually demands it because he knows if they have that kind of chemistry built up, they're going to be hard to beat each and every ball game.
A run there on first down and a pretty good one at 5 yards, so make it 2nd and 5.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side. But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. Love looking to throw it. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
Yeah, their back's up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
On 2nd down, Jacobs looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call.
Personal foul. Roughing the Packers defense.
Rookie Charles, maybe a little too overeager.
You know how many times you talk about the quarterback having to have a clock in his head and make sure the ball gets away before the rush gets there? When you're a pass rusher, you have to know when the ball is gone and make sure you don't hit the quarterback afterward. I know he's trying to make a play, but that time, he ends up drawing the flag.
But now a throw on first down there, but it It's incomplete. He was out there waving his arms saying, throw it here, dropped it, not a good look.
Well, all I can do is just look at him with contempt on that one. As a defensive back, I'm saying, not as an announcer. Just like, really?
A little bit of a diva look, isn't it?
Yeah, very much so, because I think what happens is he just had too much time to think. He's wide open now. Here comes the ball, and he doesn't concentrate and drops it.
Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
They've given him some different looks here defensively in the early going. He's only hit 2 of his first 5 passes. With a big third down coming up, he's hoping he's got a play dialed up that can take advantage of whatever the defense throws at him.
And he'll go down. Brought down at the 20-yard line. It'll be a loss of 8 on the sack, and it's going to lead him to 4th down.
Those are bad teams are so competitively matched, and you just want to make those plays that give you an advantage. How about right here? The difference between letting them score a touchdown versus holding them to a field goal, that's absolutely huge with the play he just made.
And you know he hated taking the loss there on 3rd down. So off goes Love. On is Carlson for the Packer field goal. From the left hash, this from 37. And his kick is indeed good. And the Packers are off to a 3-0 lead. In the end, the opening drive, Charles, does yield points. Maybe not the touchdown that they wanted, though.
Yeah, but bottom line, they wanted to get something out of that drive, and they did that. 3 points, they won't turn that down at all.
So after the made field goal, here's Carlson to send it away. Kene Nwangwu now out of his end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. So here's the Viking offense making their way out. And they are led out there by their mobile quarterback.
His ability to adjust on the fly is almost unmatched in the game right now because it leads to a couple of snaps per game where you just sit back and ask yourself, how did he pull that off? Opponents can practice and prepare each and every week all they want, but this guy, he is hard to corral.
They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 13 yards as the Vikings pick up the first down. Absolutely no trouble moving the ball on the ground on the first 2 plays from scrimmage.
Absolutely. You know what I really like? Same guy carrying the ball in both plays, and what drives me crazy is when a back has a nice run, he taps his helmet to go out of the game. I would run the ball again and again and again because you just have this really nice momentum, and now you're seeing the field really well.
23 yards on the play. So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 34. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And he fires one incomplete.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
Middle of the field to Jefferson. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 21. Off play action. McCarthy. Complete. Jefferson the target. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. 12 more yards for him there. It's a first down. Now Jones. That's a gain of 7, and we'll leave them with 2nd and goal coming up.
That's a great run right there on first down. Didn't quite get into the end zone, but now you've set yourself up for at least 2, maybe 3 more shots from close range.
Jones. Looking for a signal, but none forthcoming. They stopped him shy of the goal line. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Second quarter now from Minnesota. It's the Vikings in possession of the football, as they'll see what they can do on 3rd and goal. They'll try and run it in with Jones. And he will not only not get the yard he needed, he goes the wrong direction. Losing 4 yards that time, and now it's 4th down.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
Now the Vikings will send out the special teams crew here for a field goal try. From the left hash, a chip shot here. And his kick is right there. It's good.
So a long drive gets him down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
Each team with a possession, each team with a field goal as the kick is away.
And he returns this to the 22.
The Packers offense here coming back out for their second drive. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you've met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
Here comes 3rd and about a foot. And complete once again to Watson.
No gain on the play. And that's going to make it 4th down.
Excuse my snarkiness here, but isn't the idea of completing a pass supposed to mean you get downfield and gain yards?
Especially on 3rd down.
Yeah, that one. How about the defense? Figured that one out in a big way. Yeah, they completed it all right and lost yardage.
Here's Powell on the return.
It's a 39-yard punt, 3 on the return. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. And the Vikings taking the field here for their second drive of the game. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it. Forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize, like going to the county fair. You don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
He may be a bit undersized compared to the modern-day NFL defensive tackle, but what he lacks in size, he definitely makes up for it in his ability to make tackles in the run game as well.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
Kind of a fine line when you're setting up a screen. You don't want to throw it too early and have the defense react too quickly, and you definitely don't want to throw it too late, and that way it's not formed perfectly. Got to make sure you hit it just right.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Fair catch signal for it and taken at about the 15-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Loving the Packers now with a 1st and 10
at their own 16.
He'll give it to Jacobs to start the drive.
And he'll take this one up over the 20 to the 21-yard line. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
Now 2nd and 5.
Love from the gun. And that's going to be incomplete.
Well, there's no doubt about that one, because even though he hasn't left the pocket, he's got a receiver in the area, so it's not grounding, even though there's no way that ball was going to be caught.
Love from the gun on 3rd down.
That is caught. And he's going to have a Packers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
3rd catch of this first half for him, and this one is a 1st down. 2nd quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. 1st down, Love to pass.
He'll get this underneath to Jacobs.
And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. Love now on second down.
Pass caught. It's Romeo Doubs.
And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 44-yard line. Going back to Love. He finds his man complete. That's Jacobs. 2 yards on the pickup there, and it's second down. Love. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring it down. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. On third down, here comes Jacobs. And he gets this only to the 44-yard line. Not near enough to keep the drive alive. It's a gain of 5, and it'll lead to a fourth down.
And here's Daniel Wheeling on now to punt.
Out of bounds as he appeared to be looking for the corner. He got it. They're going to mark this at the 4-yard line.
That's a double win there, partner. You keep out of the return man's hands, and you pin him inside the 5-yard line. Pretty darn good.
Throwing to start the drive. McCarthy being chased out left. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Operating from the gun, McCarthy.
That's caught downfield by Addison.
And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. Throwing on first down, McCarthy. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Jones. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40.
Here's 2nd and 7.
They'll look to throw again. They'll roll him out right. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down.
I made a quarterback yet that didn't enter the league with a massive chip on his shoulder. First-round pick. They want to show the league that they made a big mistake. Determined to get the first down there. No hesitation at all to tuck it and go. I bet he would have tried running through their entire defense if it meant reaching that marker.
And it's caught in the end zone for the Viking touchdown by Justin Jefferson.
A great play there as the first half is winding down.
And the Vikings have taken the lead here in the final stages of this first half. And now, of course, all scoring plays are reviewed, and I think they're going to take an extra long look at this one. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How is the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
After review of the play, ruling on the field.
So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. Now the try here for the point after. And it is up. And it's good. That'll make our score 10-3 now. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Keyshawn Nixon now on the return. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
So we've reached halftime here in Minnesota with the Vikings on top. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we... And okay, so much for our halftime break. Apparently we're going to get right back to it. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gordon, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. Have to like their position. They've got the lead. They get this football as well as we are back at underway for the second half. DeAndre now from his end zone. And just shutting him off there. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Out come the Vikings. They'll have it first on offense as we begin the third. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. The second half starts with a carry by Jones. Down the left sideline. And finally down at the 32-yard line. Hold on here because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Again, it's Jones. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. So nothing there that time, and maybe you need to look to the O-line. They weren't able to create any space.
No, they weren't, and you know as well as I do, as many offensive line coaches we've ever met, I think that'll be addressed loudly when those guys get to the sideline.
And they're usually loud and big. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. Off the play fake. McCarthy. He's got his target. That's complete. He's going to pick up the 1st down and then some. Touchdown, Vikings. Justin Jefferson. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Vikings have taken a 2-touchdown lead now.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his 2nd touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. Extra point forthcoming. It's up and good, and that makes it 17-3. Just a 4-play drive that time. And it was all capped off by Justin Jefferson's touchdown reception.
Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away.
Here's Nixon. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line.
So here are the Packers now. They get set for their first possession of half number 2.
Well, the opposition laid down the challenge, an opening drive touchdown here to start the second half. And, Charles, now you feel like this group needs to get an answer because this all of a sudden is a 2-score game.
Yeah, you're right about that. What was a small, manageable spread to overcome, a little bit more daunting now. I think you're exactly right. Pressure is on because you don't want them getting the ball back with a chance to really extend this lead out.
They'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. To throw now. Here's Love.
He's got the hook up with Downs.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And he'll get this up past the 45 to the 47. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
They'll send the big tight end in motion right.
2nd down, Jacobs once more.
And he'll get it down to the 47 here.
Well, now hang on here because he appears to be shaken up. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10.
Love with a give to Dillon.
A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
What a luxury to have a guy like this who can not only spell your starter, but can come in and keep drives going.
Here's 2nd and 3.
They go bootleg. Love had his hands on it, but dropped it. The rookie making a little bit of a rookie mistake. 3rd down. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better. Got to get more help.
Man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. Touchdown, Packers.
Christian Watson.
40 yards.
And the Packers have cut it back within a score. So a strong drive here to lead off this 3rd quarter and gets them right back in this football game.
And I think we can safely call that a statement drive because they had to be saying, we didn't put our best foot forward in the first half, but we certainly mean business now. Maybe a better term, a prove-it drive. They proved it to themselves that they were ready to go.
Carlson back out there now to send this one away. Nwangu now from his end zone. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. Justin Jefferson and the rest of this offense, they've got their helmets back on, and they're ready for this next series.
He's been his typical solid and reliable self, hasn't he, Charles?
When you have that go-to receiver that you can count on in the situation where you absolutely have to have him, there's nothing better for anybody who's throwing the football. But the best part is the payoff. 2 touchdowns already. That's the bottom line when you throw the ball to a guy.
Absolutely. Not over 100 yards right now, but he does have the 2 touchdown catches.
2nd down, another shot for Jones.
And now off to the races, down the right side.
He may go.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota.
Aaron Jones.
66 yards.
And the Vikings are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
We know it's primarily a passing league now, but anytime a runner breaks one like that, you've got to have a secondary. They can find a way to it. They find a way to get him on the ground. Absent of that, he's going to find the end zone every time.
The call is to go for 1 and kick the extra point. And the lead is up to 14. It only took him 2 plays there to find the end zone. The last one, the long run, getting him in for 6 points. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here.
Right now, Charles, it just feels like they're trying to keep pace. They did score the touchdown last time out, but they still trail by double digits here. We'll see if this offense is once again up to the task.
Yeah, and I think that after the last drive, they've got to be pretty revved up, don't you think? Everything they were doing was working pretty well. They go back out there with the same mindset, play the same tempo, the same pace. Still a lot of time left to make something happen in this one.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. To pass, here's Jordan Love. His throw incomplete.
Just what they need, a lecture from me, but somehow offense is what helped get them into this spot. And now they're continuing the trend with incompletions. That won't get them out of it if they don't change something soon.
On 3rd down, Love. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline. Out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down. And now is the Packers punter as he's on to kick it away.
Oh, the return is Powell.
It'll be 37 yards there on the punt.
And it will be Vikings ball, 1st and 10.
Here's Aaron Jones in the offense, trotting back out. He's had a good performance, moved the ball effectively on the ground. Of course, he has the 1 touchdown.
And when you're able to move it as effectively as you've described, that leads to finding a way into the end zone, and now he's just trying to do it for a 2nd time. And, of course, with that comes additional yardage.
Yeah, looking for additional yardage, and again, that 2nd score here in the 3rd quarter. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
An opportunity to get a drive started here at the end of the 3rd quarter. What you're trying to do is break the game down a little bit. Don't let your guys see too deep into the game, into the future, and say, oh, we got to get here. No, right here, right in front of them, melt the clock down, get to the 4th quarter, try and keep going.
And try to keep that lead.
Exactly.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play, so we will switch in. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. And this offense on 3rd down today, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Operating from the gun, McCarthy.
This one swung out here to Jones. And he will have the Vikings 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that pickup of a 1st down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
So frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here, down late. Tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or a takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them.
Here's Jones again on 2nd down. 155 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
So give him 2 yards there on the completion, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
Excellent job there defensively. Gave up the underneath to the tight end on 3rd down, and they made sure that they did their job. Got him on the ground and prevented him picking up a 1st down.
And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. Out of bounds and close. The question, was it a touchback? No. They'll say it crossed out at the 2-yard line. On the ground, it's Jacobs to start the drive. And I don't know if he made it out of the end zone. No signal. Yes, it's a safety. Well, there is still time to recover from this. It remains a two-score game even with the 2 points there, but let's just say things not trending in the right direction.
I like that phrase. I'm going to say it along with you. Things are definitely not trending in the right direction. They needed something on that drive. Instead, they gave up 2 points and a lot of hope.
So after that safety, now a free kick situation forthcoming as they punt it away from the 20 and take it right on the 30.
Minnesota's offense takes over possession. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Now a first down carry by Jones. And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain. They're going to hurry back to the line now. On second down, it's Jones. And he's got this pretty close to a first down as the tackle is made at the Packers' 40-yard line.
Good, strong run against the 3-4 set. And that 3-4... you've got to have your guys up front eat up a lot of blocks. The guy playing over the center, the nose, he usually has to take on double teams. But when you're able to successfully move him, you're often able to get some yardage, and that's when linebackers have to clean up and make tackles.
Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect.
Sometimes the game is pretty simple. Put a few extra defensive backs on the field, give them nowhere to throw the football, force the incompletion, and get off the field on third down.
On fourth down, McCarthy sliding out of the pocket.
Now he's free at the 35. And he is going to pick up the Vikings first down as he's brought to the ground after a gain of 7, 5 more than he needed on 4th and 2.
They go back to the ground with Jones.
And he'll get this just inside the 30-yard line.
And the offense moving quickly to the line.
Another run on second down, trying to cover up.
And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. Now, this is a big third down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. They'll try and run for it with Jones. And he will have the first down at about the 21-yard line. Whistles now and a timeout. So defensively, they burn it here with 1:51 left.
5 points of contact necessary at this stage as they'll run on first down.
Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down.
Going for the knockout punch. They'll try and run.
Now the Packers going to burn their third and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. They'll go again to Jones. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. It's a pickup of 3, but still a little work to do on third and goal. Off play action. McCarthy to the goal line, but it's incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time. Now the Vikings will send out the special teams crew here for a field goal try. This to make it a 3-score game late. And this one is right through.
So when you factor in the safety, this now a 5-point swing.
And look, I'm not going to turn away a 5-point swing because 5 points, that's valuable. Don't get me wrong on this. But if they could have taken that safety and added 7 to it, now you're talking about a really big swing.
Nixon elects not to return it, and this comes out to the 25. Green Bay's offense ready to go again, but probably not much that they can do at this point, CD. Down 3 scores late in the fourth quarter. This is going to be a little too much to overcome, you would think.
Yeah, they'll go down swinging, but in the end,
he's got a man complete. Down the right sideline. Touchdown. Romeo Doubs, 75 yards. And the Packers have got it back to a 2-score game here in the fourth. Carlson's extra point up and good. And they're able to cut this deficit down to 12. So 2 scores down. Time definitely not an ally, but here comes the onside kick. And the Vikings able to recover. The hands team does its job. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to 9. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball. Fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. They need 2. Here's 3rd down.
It's a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd and 2.
Off the play fake. McCarthy. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds. So a big call there. That brings up 4th. But the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point. And they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but it's still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away. And able to get this out to the 25. This is 1st and 10. Now Love. Throw out wide is incomplete.
Well, it's pretty difficult to sum it up offense in a 2-minute drill when your guys have struggled to put points on the board all afternoon. There's an incompletion right there.
Love. The Vikings after it, and they get there for the sack. Well, this was a very close ball game at halftime, Charles, but in the second half, that offense kind of kicked things into another gear, and they were able to pull away for the victory.
And Brandon, I think they're the type of team that just looked in the mirror and said, hey, ton of pressure on, but we're the type of team that can flat out handle it. They stood up with confidence, and made it happen for a victory.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Vikings as we say so long from Minneapolis.